Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if my captions are working as intended real quick before I go off and do a full intro. There we go. Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Sergeant Killer Snow for Snow Studio Games, and today we are going to be returning to our project called Night Terrors, which is a 2.5D or basically a 2D HD game is another way you can refer to it, where we will basically be moving around in 3 dimensions while primarily using 2D art assets. So we have some groundwork already set out, and by groundwork I mean we've been working on this for over a month now, so there's at least functional combo combat and a few other things already in here, but we need to focus on creating several different enemy types, which means I want to go back and look at my core enemy and see what I can do about creating a better base blueprint type that incorporates all the stuff I have in my base enemy, or at least the important stuff. So with that said and done, we're just gonna jump up to the main scene. Cool, that's all good. I'm gonna need a quick light adjust. Okay. I also need to unplug this. Azron keyboard does not tend to play nice, at least in simulated development things, so if I hit play, it tends to have a little bit of a drift on the directional keys. Basically because of stick drift that naturally happens over the use of a thumbstick. The Azron keyboard has programming in there to, you know, calibrate and apply offsets based on how much sensitivity has been lost. And I've lost about, I'd guess, 0.3 worth of a value from 0 to 1 for sensitivity, so there's an offset on there for sure. I noticed it when I was working in Unity the past week. Let's take a look-see at some of our scripts. So one of the first ones we want to look at is... There we go. This is currently what's going on in our enemy. And by that, I mean it's just a bunch of scrunched up stuff for you right now. So, starting from begin play, it basically sets our max HP equal to, it sets our current HP equal to our max HP by calling this event, which is why we put it so close. And then we set the attack swipe animation to not looping, because technically that animation is always there. We just turn off the visibility and turn off the looping until needed. So if we take damage, we have things in there for getting hit. I might try and reduce a little of this delay here. I don't think it needs the full hit animation. It can do up to half. We'll tune that later though. So take damage is going to be something that should be present in all of our that's going to be an issue. Should be in all of our enemies, is what I'm trying to say. I should change this to enemy sound. Hooray. Yes. Our attacks here don't seem to focus too much on ourselves. Well, there's that. Let me make a new blueprint for a base enemy, I suppose. Also, what type is this inheriting from? Why did I forget which... Oh, yeah, okay, parent class. Paper character. Got it. So let's make a new... paper character. And we're going to call this enemy template. Now let's see about setting these up. Oh, you're not going to let me rename that, right? It says editable when inherited. Could have fooled me. Yeah, no way to actually change that. That's fine. It will just be sprite. But this is a flip book, so... let's start copying over some pertinent information. What did I use death modes for? Where are you? Where are you located? It would have to be somewhere in the actual death function, yes? No? Where is this being used? Where to are you called? From whence? Ah! Oh, okay, okay. Alright, I know what that was for. That was literally just for my breakable objects, because I got those as top-down sprites. So, given our current perspective, if we want our top-down sprites to look right when they're in their destroyed states, I've got to basically preset their death position and then multiply that in with their current position, so that way it puts them in the right spot, but it basically rotates it down so that way it's laying down on the ground. A visual demonstration real quick. See this barrel? Let's get one that's not completely covered by foliage. So this one right here. See? It fell down and it looks like it actually fell down. We can walk on it and stuff like that, and it's not just a propped up sprite that's very out of place. It has a much more natural feel when it breaks down like that. Oh yeah, we got the push and impulse working, which is a very nice thing, and it makes me happy. I need to make sure that that actually does hit them twice. Eventually. The shadows that are underneath our characters, by the way, is something that we did ourselves as well, so that's going to be a thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's for our own shadow there. Right. It could technically be a local thing. Nah. Let me not go nutty with it. I don't need to change anything on it. But I do need the shadow control, which means I need the foot reference spot. And probably that shadow starting scale, too. Is that being used anywhere? Yeah, it is right there. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get shadow starting scale. Copy that. Dump it here. Next. No need for those. Shadow. Oh yeah, I need the actual shadow. So we're going to copy this. It's attached to the capsule component. I'm actually going to copy all three of these. Excellent. And those technically are all kind of in line there. Yep. And I put an attack swipe on there as a separate thing, which is okay. The only thing I'm not going to copy is the sprite itself. I probably won't copy that attack swipe either. You know what? Yeah, I will. No, I won't. I'll think of something. That specific part's not that important, so... Attack detection range and damage field, though. That's going to be something that I need. Oh, didn't realize that my finger was applying any pressure. Let's see. I think that's all of the stuff. Let's see. Can walk off ledges. Yeah, we're going to want to uncheck that. And then look at the push force scale factors. Can walk off ledges. Nope. Push force scale factor. What was this? 0 and 1,000 is what I had that at. Yep. Looking around, nothing else seems to have the little emblem that shows that there's been a change to it. Now what about it? Ah, yeah, there we go. We can modify that per character. Because they might have different sizes and stuff. Collision, though, is something we're definitely going to want to copy. And that's on the capsule component part. Oh no, you won't let me? Crap. Alright. Generate overlaps. No step. Collision enabled pawn. Generate overlap. No step. Custom collision enabled pawn. Probably ignore camera as well, right? Yeah, ignore camera. Doesn't look like there's anything else besides those, but we said we're not going to touch those, so we're not. Now for the actual body trigger capsule. What doth your settings be that might differentiate thee? Nothing. Nothing crazy. We need to do the constraints. Oh wait, we copied the whole thing over. It's going to be an exact duplicate. Perfect. Ugh, love that. No, interface. That's going to add the rest of the things that we're missing. So, add... Okay. It now has the damageable interface that we created, so that'll give it the variables that it needs for health control, and also the events / functions that we use for health. Now let's see here. Yeah, I looked at just a tad too much. There we go. So we're going to create a function here. And now we're going to paste all of that in there. Why did shadow not copy? Ah, I just didn't rename it. Right, yeah. Plug that in, and our shadow control should now be functioning just fine. Once we, call it in the graph, which, if I remember correctly, is being done via tick? Yeah. So we need variables for in-combat attacking. Not really needing a variable for the current HP. But the attack cooldown timing. This is still not fully functional on our enemy, by the way. Our zombies tend to have their attack cycle toggle based on when they're hit. So it's kind of like if you hit them, they'll start attacking you relentlessly, and then if you hit them again, they'll be like, ow. Okay, I'll stop. And then you hit them again, and it'll be like, oh, so you want to keep going, and then they'll just start wailing on you again. I wonder if it's triggered by maybe my trigger box being too small on the enemy, so it kind of is causing like an in and out effect. That could be a thing. In which case, I should probably add an aggro range. What is this? This is a sphere, right? This is a capsule. No, it's a sphere. Okay. So we want to add another sphere here, and we're going to say that this is the aggro detection range. And we'll set this one to like 150. Okay, that was a joke. I meant like 450. Maybe a little too much. So it's 135. Just for now, for testing purposes. So we have the shadow control function. We definitely need this adjustment, which means we need the face right. Copy that. We're also going to need, because it jumps straight into this one, player in range. Copy that one, drop it in. Personally, but it's just reminding me that I needed my glasses to begin with. So we copied the player in range. Attack detection range is already something that we have. We don't actually set like an array for this. We just kind of make one on the spot. We're working based off of tags for right now, which is okay. Might have to change it to hit component eventually. But for now, just having overall hit actor is alright. Right, we're gonna need that attack rate cooldown timer handle. Copy. Dunk it. I feel like I copied something else and forgot to put it there, did I? No. No, I didn't. I was contemplating something and thought about putting it in there and suddenly scared myself into thinking I already did it. Haha! Next on this would be going to the attack cooldown check, which needs several of the variables. Attack, hit, destroyed, can attack. Copy attacking. Probably in combat as well. Hit. Destroyed. Shadow starting scale. We have that. We have that. Player in range, we have that. I think we have that, actually. We don't. We need that. Huh. Oh, we do have it. It's right there. Whoops. Get rid of that. Can attack. We're not moving the sounds over yet. Not too worried about those. Attack rate is definitely a part of the calculations. The fact that it's an exposed variable also is a notable thing here. Not sure if we were still using lifespan though. I think we skipped over using that one. Never mind, it's in use right there. That shut me right the hell up. So lifespan, we'll copy that. Let's see if this is in use anywhere. It is for that. Don't need that anymore, right? Yeah. Let me not worry about that one then. So the rest is just max HP, current HP? Yeah. That's fine. So let me get those from our interfaces here. Implement interface. Implement. Implement. Damage received is not one of those. Apparently it didn't just want to... I didn't put them into the interface. I think I set that one as a public. Let's double check. Oh no, I left them both as a private because I was just setting it on that one. But we'll set max HP as a public one just in case. Now it's time for me to start copying more stuff over in terms of actual functionality. Now that we've got all those little prereqs in there. We don't have an attack swipe. Copy those. All right. So, there you go. Do that, and then bring this up here. There you go. Nice and clean. The playing sounds part, we're gonna have to put a little box around it for now. Actually, hang on. Yeah. Confirm do nothing for those for now. Because I definitely should have added those in first. So let's get that adjusting facing direction. Do nothing. Getting to it. Paste that one in there. Copy that one. Toss that one in there too. We have the attack cooldown check on there. Shadow control is the first thing on there. Combat target sweep. Pick attack direction is the only thing left. Alright, now let's go back through these. Everything looks clear on that. Looks clear on that. We have that now. Getting an error on it should no longer be something that happens. But as we can see, it wants to be finicky. Attack cooldown, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. See, some of them knew what they had to do without going too crazy. You. Combat target sweep. Do as I say, not as I do. Although I do, unfortunately, combat target sweep check all the time. You never know around here. Okay, all the things are on there. And the fact that it compiled just fine, no issues, is a good thing. Even though these are empty. So, what we will do is, we're going to wind up trimming this here. And by that I mean we're going to shift these over. And these. And we're also going to, properly connect it here, because take damage is needed there, and that needs to be plugged in right there. Yeah, that'll do. Alright. Now I want to basically drag this down a little bit, so we can do this. And just kind of jump over that. And the comment will be, alright. We want to change this to that red. I want to be able to shift the comment. Thank you. You won't let me because it's a part of another one. Will you let me now? No, you won't. Unfortunate. Fine. Can have its whatever. Alright. So we have that note on there so that way we know not to forget about reattaching sounds. Death or destruction, that was this one. I need to double check our components, make sure that they have their component tags as required. What? Oh god. Alright, fine. That. A nice personal red bubble of your own. Do. Comments are more for me than anyone else at the moment. Get out of there. There you go. Now we can put the rest back there. There's the death logic. There's the take hit damage right above it. Or take hit logic right above it. And we did set our begin play, our set health. We don't need to worry about the stubborn top-down sprite thing because we've been getting the appropriate types of sprites. Alright, that leaves the overlap triggers here. currently the zombie mash attack is the main one that is working. Do nothing for that shadow control node because I did change the name of the one that we transferred over here by putting an underscore in it. So this is the event tick. The zombie mash is not something that is going to be included here. But connect to can attack branch false when attack is coded. There we go. So currently, it's not actually ever going to attack. And technically, this part right here is all about the attack swipe that we don't have. Can repurpose for other attack launch anims. And this shadow control gets replaced with our new one. Now the question is, with these, am I able to trying to know if I can make these, I don't know, guaranteed to be in the child blueprints. You know how when you make a new character, it's got the baseline character blueprint stuff in there that you can like see. You can edit it if you want because it's already got like player input set up and jump set up and stuff as a thing as part of the parent class. It's kind of what I want this to be currently, but I think, if I'm remembering correctly in my experience, whenever I've tried to make a parent class type thing in Unreal, whenever I would create a child blueprint off of it, none of the functions actually have any of the code in it. It's just given me blanks to work with. And looking online for create parent class in Unreal usually gives me C++ like scripting options instead of the blueprinting options. I'm not that proficient with the scripting options in Unreal yet. So first things first, let's see if this blank enemy really has any. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, it is technically already going to have stuff. So promote to variable, and this is going to be get hit anim. We're going to promote this one to the idle anim. We're gonna make these public so they can be swapped out a little easier. What else can we make a little simpler here? Yep, right there. Death anim. We've skipped over the sound array for reasons. What more? Which one is this? That one just says dead. Let's compile real quick. Oh, the dead one is just like a single frame of dead. Right. Make sure we expose those as well. What other animation we got here that's getting for sure called in? Doesn't look like anything else currently. Unless except... Where are you? Okay, no, it's fine. It's because of the idle animation that gets set regularly. So once we have an idle animation loaded in, it'll know what to do. So we have the idle animation, the getting hit animation. We're gonna need to create a thing for like actual attacking. So we'll duplicate this and say attacking anim. We'll compile it, and we're gonna put what? Undead. There you go. We'll do attack undead man. Just for now. It's not actually being used because we haven't given this a sprite, and ideally when this is put out, damn it, I derped and tried to drag the tab out onto the field instead. So let's see, where is this new one? Enemy template. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about one itty bitty thing. We have a wall blocking us. So, enemy template. Yeah. You know what, that is a decent detection range, in my opinion, for the lanes. I didn't need... Yo, I random guessed that, and it basically landed as the exact size of the lane. The first lane is definitely bigger, but that's because I want that to be like the primary lane. This could work. Now, that being the case, yeah, see right here. Here we go. So that means when I go ahead and make another one, I'll just have these like right there as default values for me to tune. That works. We're going to make sure that we set the max HPs to at least 1. At least 1 on this template. And now we can, hey Abman, welcome. Now that we've set that up so the enemy won't automatically die, let me get rid of this empty template model here and see about trying to create something from this. So here we have the reborn undead. Yeah, see, it does this thing, and I kind of personally hate this. But if these are kind of already working the right way, except this one will not be working the right way. I can almost assure it. Hey, sometimes I don't have the time to make the rounds to Discords and social medias and all that. I mean, I know I should probably just set up the easy one-hit button that says I'm going live, but most of my focus has been on getting my assignments done. I mean, it's not like there's been any real variation in my start time, guys. It's been the same days starting at 5 o'clock. Sometimes between 5 and 5:30. I'll grant that, but that's generally my start time here. Oof. But welcome, and thank you for being here. My legs are very much, like, killing me from not really doing much, so if you see me, like, just moving weird, it's because I'm, like, trying to get some blood flow into my legs again, which is kind of important since my legs is where my primary physical disability lies. So, whew. Hurt. Okay. This is what I was afraid of for the functions and for how all this is displayed, because now I can't see any of those functions that I had. If I want to see them, I have to go into override function and then actually override the function. So this would be an overridden one. What? That literally just gave me a second event tick. Which I'm sure wouldn't work based off if the other one were functional. One of them would turn into a random fucked up event, I'm sure. But this isn't how I want my stuff to like look and present itself. Is the problem. I want it to be like when you make a new character and it just kind of has the blueprints already kind of baseline set on there for certain things. Like making a brand new character. Let's see what we can take a look at then. Generate constant class, whether or not this blueprints class is constant or not. Nah, I don't know if that's gonna be it. Huh. Typically when we're making a base class in C#, it's an abstract. Crap. Let me get rid of this reborn undead real quick. I'll remake it once I make that swap up here. Now what will you do? We definitely leave that alone. Blueprint display name, that's just gonna leave that. No default namespaces. And there's plenty of interfaces to use, but I'm only using mine. Should be okay. Now let's go back to try and make a spin off of this. Now it's called Reborn Zombie. See, I do like that all of these are here. Still doing this though. And it won't let me like click into this to look at what these functions are or were to change them up either, which is equally as frustrating. And this tells me that these three functions are now no longer even in the thing either, so that's good. Can't see the variables of my base class. It's an issue for me. Yeah, I can't ignore it. I can't. I'm trying. I tried to ignore it, and I really cannot. Okay, looks like I'm just gonna override the shit. This is what I dislike about trying to create a like a class-based enemy system in Unreal, at least in the way that I have been taught to understand it, is that, you know, making these base blueprints and then trying to build off of them later is not functioning the same as abstractions, because I can't even see what these functions are or do. And it's not even copying all of my functionality either, because the fact that I can make these, honestly, I'm not even sure if that's... if making these didn't just break something, but I guess. I don't know, bro. It does not fit in my head the way that it is making it on. So let's just go ahead and look at what we've already got here and recopy all of it, so that way we don't have to deal with that ass again. Hopefully all of our functions are still working to some degree. Yay, hooray. We'll undo that though, so that way we post it very far away from where you are. Oh, notice how this time it actually took those away from us from here and added them over here. Because before it literally let me make 2 event ticks, which is crazy. So this one in particular could actually work out. Okay, there's the timeline. Your naming is absolutely destroyed, but you're a part of the death logic? Yeah. Okay, and timeline 0 is just that. Alright, fine. I can live with that. Although I feel like it only did that because the other timeline already exists, like in this. But I need to be able to see so I can change things for each enemy as needed. I don't know, I feel like this system can be improved. And or there's probably already an improved one and I just don't know about it yet. Okay. Not gonna have any sounds for them attacking or anything, and currently don't have an actual attack, so we can actually copy the zombie mash. They did the zombie mash. We're gonna copy the sound arrays and drop them into the reborn zombie. Copy that. And copy that one. I think that's it. Right? Nope, one more. Change this one to enemy sound array instead of zombie. Although, now technically it shouldn't matter, right? We'll leave it as is. And we'll see about just getting these plugged in now. That and that. Delete that, and we need to make sure that we attach the actual sound arrays here. So one is the hit sound array, the other one is going to be the zombie hit sound array for sure. That was the death sound array, so the other one is just going to be the enemy sound array, like when they're, what, moving, attacking? Oh, it's part of the attack. That's what it was. So the attack was small. I mean, small in comparison to my enemy. To my player script for attack. We're not touching this template. Alright, so there is zombie mash attack, which we can troubleshoot when we need it. So we can plug this back in. And then here on true, we do zombie mash attack. What? Oh, the attack swipe. Right, right. Gonna actually need that one for this. So we'll copy the attack swipe and attach it to... No. There. Yeah. And we should probably finally set this to the zombie idle now. Oh, sprite sizes and stuff, huh? Let's see, that's 212 with this location information. What if I just copy all properties in that category and drop them here? Aha! What was it? Aggro detection field should not be a part of damage field. There you go. Save that. File this. Save that. Body trigger capsule. That means I still need to change this. What were your proportions? 93-30. 93-30. Swipe, actually. I think we had something over here for it. Or if not over here, then it was something that I had on the enemy template, right? Yes, no? Maybe? Sound. Ah, there it is, the former swipe logic. go down here, we can just plug that right in. And this can be the playback position and frames for attack swipe. Set playback position and frames for attack swipe. Oh, forgot set hidden in game for attack swipe. Speaking of, I also need to grab this. For this. Wonderful. So in theory, this reborn zombie should act pretty much exactly like our other former zombies. Let's give this a try. I want it to kind of stand apart from the others, so it's going to be this one here. Why are you so... Oh, yeah, that's why you're so big, because you hit the border and didn't quite touch the floor. Let's move you over a bit. Scoot you that way. They shouldn't react based off of their aggro range. They should react based off being in actual attack range. And... So notice that it wasn't taking damage when I wasn't like at the right range. That's what I was talking about, where you smack them and they just kind of stop. My enemies have been able to fight back for about a week. Now let's check this new zombie I made. That's right, I set their max health to 1. I forgot about that. But it does work. It does, so far, the same thing. And I also got that blast of impulse to finally work. As updates for those that are just arriving that are more familiar with what I had. That's now what we have. And I set all this back up, so technically... should be fine. Should be. Okay. So this reborn zombie, we can go back to the class defaults here and see about setting the max HP to... let's say 3 hits for these zombies. 3 HP. Let's see how this guy acts now. Alright, so one thing I'm noticing is that by the looks of it, we are actually hitting the attack detection range, and it is counting as the enemy. And it's probably based off of just this. There's no component tag. What is tagged here? Nothing is currently tagged on our enemy. What about for you? Which caps it? Well, if it's not on there, I kind of want to double check my player and see that I'm not mixing up like something that I may have done in another project, because I've been doing a lot of them. Let's take a look at tag. I don't think there's going to be a tag in our player controller. Yeah, there's no tag there. We do have the overall actor tag on the player, but that's because we're not using like detection ranges and stuff like that for AI purposes on the player, so I guess that works. But for this, let me pull up the controller again. I want to see what my attack detection's like. Right, it's in the damage field, which is a separate blueprint. You're looking for first things with that BPI interactable, and then making sure that it's not the instigator. Huh. Regular damage field. This needs to not have this here. Burst away from players should not be something that's even on this version of the damage field. Cool. I know that our enhanced damage field over here definitely has it, and it's supposed to. Wait a minute. It should technically react to both of my... I'm sorry, let me explain my thought process here. So, I'm noticing that my hit capsule is causing damage when it enters this range right here, which is the attack detection range. That's why I was checking for tags, because I wanted to see if that was tagged as the enemy for it to just kind of know to go and attack that. But no, instead it's looking for the blueprint interface attached to the actor, and then it's going based off that, which technically means that my hit field should be damaging this guy from this range. So I want to kind of check that. Because if it's not, then something... It is. Okay. Yep, I'll have to swap up how it understands who to damage. Thought so. I just helped someone with this in class too, so I knew I'd have to probably specify. So here's what I'm going to do. First, we're going to skip over that. And we're going to attach a tag to specifically the body trigger capsule. C_damageable for component damageable. We're also going to attach it to the player. spot? This? No, that's the overall thing that we kind of don't want to do. Which one's which? Is that the damage trigger? Yeah, it is. Alright, yeah, we can consider this. So this tag C underscore damageable. And now what we're going to do, the attack field, we're going to have to change this to, instead of looking for Night Terror's Undead Male, it's going to have to look for the enemy template. We're going to have to adjust this part too, though, because we don't want their aggro ranges being what gets clipped by spikes and launches them. But first, let's start with the basic damage field. Got this here. This still needs to enter a different branch check anyway. So technically, we don't need to do an implement interface check if we're going to be doing an other component. Component has tag C underscore damageable. So by doing that as the main check, I'm gonna skip this one over. For now. And we'll see if this does the trick. If it does, we'll make adjustments to the heavy as well. He still has the same issue that the other one has, where I slap him once and he's like, I'm sorry! And now I hit him again and he's gonna be like, nah, screw you, I'm gonna hit you. He should technically be in a no longer in combat state, and he should have returned back to his idle, so we do still need to check some stuff, but he did successfully get finished off. And what about you? Uh-oh. Oh, right, I didn't set that on these zombies. Technically, I am going to be replacing them with these new reborn zombies, so I can probably just do that now. I wasn't smacking myself with damage. I want that to be noted, because if we were, we actually could have died. We have death set up on our character now, so that way, at the very least, when our health hits 0, we play our death animation and lose our input control. Player, that's the heavy attack. Okay, so since this check did work, we're trying to look for get class, enemy template, and then cast to enemy template. Boom. Ang. Boomerang. So this should no longer be a thing. Be gone. You work. Also, add impulse did not work. Launch character did. I will have to give it to one of my classmates. He mentioned to try launch character, and the way that it was set up, it wouldn't have worked at the time, but I did remember that launch character was an alternative, and after testing it out, it worked infinitely better than impulse. So, thank you. Now for this, we don't need to add any kind of impulse to the breakable objects, especially, yeah, we don't need that. Dun, dun, dun. So technically that should work. Technically. Now let's go through and get rid of all of these undead male. And start adding our reborn zombies, which we will probably wind up renaming as well, to be, you know, more in line with stuff. We can duplicate that guy and drag him over here. Duplicate him, put him over here. Duplicate, drag over. Duplicato. Okay. Save. Damageable object or breakable object is going to need an adjustment because it needs to have its trigger box modified. Tag C underscore damageable. That should fix that. Reborn zombie should be okay. Player control should be okay. Player should technically be okay right now. I'll leave player open just in case, because I will probably need to adjust things. Our enemy template seems to be doing fine, which means I can close that out and focus on the reborn zombie. I'm gonna change this to deprecated, so that way I don't mess with that one. Just gonna look in and see what's going on my... Oh, thank you for posting that, Atman. Appreciate you. I just looked in the Discord because I saw that there was a little notification bubble for the channel. Let's go through and make sure that these zombies are operating as intended. We did set their health to 3. Let's see that it takes 3 hits to kill them. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Which means 1 full combo. Doesn't do it. It looks like the second hit is not being registered, which is what I feared. That means that the 3-hit combo is going to be rather useless if the zombies cannot react accordingly. So, I think that means I need to check out our reborn zombie. And go in and change... Let's start with this. Let's reduce this to about 3.5. I just dropped 40% of that time. And what that time is the amount of time that it waits before it sets it back to a not getting hit kind of state. Excuse me? Oh. On porch. What the hell happened there? Why did I get stuck in an attack again? Now he's reacting. Now they're getting the 3-piece. He got me stuck in the attack part too. Okay. So it's something to do with my attempts at doing interrupt code in my character. I have a feeling. I'll have to double check. Playing the Halloween music till end of semester? Nah. Although spooky time is one of the best times for me all around. Now the main reason that we're using, you know, even using backing tracks is because we're doing development stuff that doesn't already have music regularly playing in the back or any kind of audio. So it's more of a thing for myself where if I'm not talking, I'm not going to feel super self-conscious about not saying anything to fill the void of silence because there is backing music. And I'm not going to get my video flagged and have a bunch of bullshit to deal with. Even though I'm not monetizing anything, they still wind up like having me mute audio in sections and all this other shit. So I'm like, you know what, screw it. They haven't touched me for using these little spooky sounds. Screw it, I'll use it. When it's December like 15th, maybe I'll go ahead and swap to holiday music. Maybe. Holiday appropriate music, specifically. So our zombies act more or less accordingly. I need to check out the player and the player's controller. Again. Which is kind of the whole point of the class, is to micromanage and fine-tune until the controller is as close to perfect for how you want your game to feel as you can get it. The issue for me was trying to get these interrupt calls to work right. Let me guess, I have it right here. Yep. So, interrupted sets it to, you're interrupted, which means you're no longer interruptible because you're already interrupted. Then it sets everything to conclude. But I don't think that's actually working all the way through. Hang on. End of semester is going to be on the 17th of December? That's fantastic. Doesn't mean that my last class is on the 17th of December. My last class is a couple days prior, I think. Depends on due dates for stuff and how much I've gotten done, I guess. I already, just today I got my classes for next semester settled out, so I'm locked in for my final semester. Come on. Oh, good stretch. Come on, just... No, you didn't want to pop, damn it. You can feel it, kind of like, you know, when you just get the right amount of flex and tension in a stretch that just causes your sternum to like have a little pop, and it's like, oh my god, but then it's like, oh my god, yes. I haven't had that in years. Ironically, I never used to get that until I was wearing plates on my chest all the time. Probably some sort of problem with it. Okay, so we have interrupts being checked That's what it is, I think. That's checking if we've been interrupted. And then we make ourselves uninterruptible right before we create the damage window. And then we go into the chain window. I probably need to check before I enter the chain window. This branch is going to be, like, basically everywhere. That has to be false. If true, go up there. And then the next step would be chain window to determine where we are in that attack. This is for attack 1. So assuming the chain was triggered, I think I see. We need to put an and bool on here. We'll move this back just a little bit. Drop this here. That way we can... I'm going to put chain triggered as the bottom one. First step is to make sure that we are not interrupted as we're entering our chain. I only want technically our first and second attack to be interruptible. And I need to find a way to tell the melee enemies to kind of continue waiting before they continue their attack. I wonder if there's a way to re-trigger and reset the timer when they get hit for their attack cycle. If you can interrupt them, it has to start the attack all over again. Like the attack wait, like the cooldown wait. At least for these slower, dumber zombies, because the cooldown's not going to be that crazy. They're basic enemies. They're going to attack at an average speed. And for average damage, they're not going to be bigger enemies where attacking low and having it reset every time they get hit is going to be a massive issue. Bigger enemies will just not be interruptible as often. I also want an exploding enemy. I already have most of the sprites for it in there, which is just that ghostly skull that we've seen. Rather than have bats or anything like that, I want the ghost to float off screen because it would make more sense for something non-tangible, non-physical to be moving through the map. So I want those dudes to just kind of be trolling around, and then when they detect the player, they'll have a larger aggro range, and then they'll start moving towards the player, and the closer they get, you know, the more they'll start blinking, because they'll be blinking red once they're in aggro detection range. And once they're in, like, their actual detonation range, they'll glow white and start turning red, or they'll be red and start turning white, whichever one looks better. And then, boom. Nice and simple. It might take a while. Okay. So we just put those checks in there. Oh, see, I kind of already did do it over here. I didn't do it on the first one. Derp for me. Glad that it checks there. Ah. Okay, no, that's good. but it only goes up to that do once reset. We don't have a false set on here. I see. Crap. The false would also need the same reset, so I need to do another sequence on it. So first things first, reset that do once for me so that way we don't mess up our combos for later, and then next, jump up to that end attack chain, would you? Cool. You're already checking for those triggers. This isn't needed. Well, I don't need to do another check before this one. But up here, we can do... Once we're in the wind-up window, that'll be fine, because then first things first, you reset there, and then we do an interrupt check. If we're interrupted, end the attack. If not, do once, delay until we set the damage window. And once we're in the damage window, we reset that do once, and we do a switch on end. Because this is attack number 3, there is no chain window or conclude attack. So it all happens here in the damage window right here. Creates that. Do once, do once. We set ourselves as not interruptible once we enter our damage window and stuff for our attack, which means no attempts to interrupt us should work. Air attack, also not interruptible, or should not be interruptible. That's why I'm not doing any interrupt checks for air attacks. I don't have a got damaged in midair animation. They will still take damage in midair, but it's not going to be like it'll interrupt their attack. And also, of course, the special attack is non-interruptible as well. Damage windows there, that's pretty decently handled. Movement is fine. Everything else is fine. Let's see what happens. I can keep attacking, it's not going to affect it because it is already dead and knocked out. Still working there. This one might bug me. Why aren't you taking damage? Interesting. But boy, he nuked me. I'm dead. Dead skis. I should be able to hit him, though. Okay, so I can hit him. Is there a point of being too close where it doesn't work? Let me find out. Okay, so I was hitting him, he was hitting me, and now I'm, again, stuck up in the wind-up window of attack part 2. I'm not dead, but it still thinks I'm attacking. So let's take a look at attack part 2 again. And it said I was stuck in the wind-up window. So there's attack 2. Here's the wind-up window. So when I enter the wind-up window, first thing it does is reset the do once. That puts us in the wind-up window. And then it goes to this do once. That definitely gets reset. The thing is, if I try and put a toggle breakpoint on here, it's gonna freeze it every time I try and do the second hit of the combo, which means I'll never get to the third hit, and we will never get to simulate that properly. I don't think it goes here, honestly. Where do I put it? Alright, current attack stage, damage window, chain window. If we're in either of those, that's when we technically should not be attacking. Rather, when it's not at those. What? That's odd. Why did I specify it to those two? Just the damage window and the damage. Oh, well, because the wind-up window can... Alright, no, I get it. The wind-up window is like a frame or two. It doesn't really matter. And the wind-up window is when you should be interruptible. We have these, but I think I want to do another check here. So what was the report at again? It said that we weren't dead. We were definitely still alive. But our animation state was idle. We weren't in damage stage or anything like that. We were strictly stuck in the wind-up stage. And stuck in our attacking mode. So let's set this up with an and. Let's say that if current attack stage is greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1, and idle. Oh, whoops. What is it? Current animation state. Bro, you're not even gonna let me pull that fine. equal. Sorry, that should be equal. I hit the not equal option. If your current attack stage is greater than or equal to the technically second stage of our enums for attack stage, and your current animation is still idle, end attack chain. Please. I hope that contingency works. This has been an annoyance. The funny thing, I was so close to having it done by spring to graduate, but I have one more class to do after the classes I will take in spring. Do they have graduations in the summer or fall time? I don't think they do hold graduation ceremonies during those times. I know that for several years they've been like consolidating people's graduation ceremonies for things, so I've just kind of been playing it by ear. I also had one remainder class, but that's why this semester is extra kind of stressful and other stuff. I had to split things and move stuff around because as a veteran attending school on my education benefits, I need to be a full-time student in order to get my full benefits. And for those that don't understand, that is quite literally the difference between like $4.2 thousand so that way I can afford to live near my school to attend it, or $800. That is the difference. That is how severe of a difference that is. If you do not attend school in person, they're like, oh yeah, you don't need anything, so there you go. $800. Because they're assuming that you don't have, you know, living expenses for having to be near the school. So, yeah. It's kind of a big difference. It's been the only real stressor and why I've been so highly focused on my education instead of trying to like slip in some work and maybe half-ass a homework assignment here or there so that way I can put more effort into work for sale. A, because selling things is not really what I care about, but B, the education's far more important. Uh-oh. Yeah, that broke things. See how easy that was? So easy to break. If I remove that alone, it probably semi-changes things. It looks like I can only go up to stage 2 now. Interesting. What happened to my stage 3 attack? Why ain't you going? Chain trigger, there's that, there's that, there's that. I didn't change anything in part 2. Oh, that was part 3. Part 2. What did I change on you? Chain triggered, wind up window, frame time. I don't think I changed anything on there. I think I'm going to take this delay out. Wondering why. So part 2 definitely, part 1 worked with this. It's checking if we're not interrupted and if the chain is triggered. This one is also checking if the chain is triggered and if we're not interrupted. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, if chain is triggered and we're not interrupted, then it should go first to reset this, then to current stage attacking chaining, and then go to prep. Yeah. And then false should be when it does bad things. False, it just ends the chain, but after doing the reset for that. So why isn't it continuing afterwards? Chaining and attack chain. Let's get rid of that check that we put in here altogether and see if that auto fixes it. Because if it does, then something's up with this check and we'll have to make sure that we rewrite it. Nope, we're still having an issue. Somehow broke my attack. LOL, please help. So removing that was not the problem. I need to revert my controller. Oh no. I don't know which thing is which here. Oh no. You can't tell me which thing it is that we're looking at to do this? Moving execution nodes. God, I move so many little tiny nodes. I don't care about the moving of the nodes. Oh no. Here's what I'll do. We're gonna close it out. And I'm going to go into the content, blueprints, and I'm also going to open up my backup drive. My backup drive. And I'm just going to copy over the old version of my player controller U asset and the player Konoichi U asset. Actually, no, I don't need to change the Konoichi. I just need to change the new player controller U asset. Is that port on? No, it's not. Let me turn it on. There we go. Should see a G drive show up around here soon. Any day now. Let's try that again. That's what I thought. New device detected. We'll scan it in the background. Yeah, you should have done that a while ago. Okay. So I'm just going to extract that into itself. It's a bloated version of the project. Unfortunately, it's got like 2 different fully built versions inside of that folder. I trimmed those out when I, re-uploaded back to my computer. But since I have apparently accidentally severely broken my player controller by completely nullifying one of my attacks, we're gonna run it back. Yeah, sorry. There's nothing I can do to speed this part up. We'll just go ahead and hit a be right back. I need to run around and do some stuff around my apartment real quick while this is running. Hey, I'll take us to the chatting scene for right now. I'm gonna see if I can pull up a video, if it'll allow it to be picked up here. Okay, so cool. This one is under my main account. I just saw that one of the guys that I like, that I really, really like their music, just released a new song, and looks like they got their inspiration from the new Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So I figure while we're waiting for this, we can actually do something totally out of context for this channel and just do a random reaction. Drag this down here for now. Shrink it up a little bit. Giggity. Okay. So let's put a pause on the Hallows Eve stuff. And this is by Divide Music. Already gonna give it a like because I am anticipating that it's gonna be badass, and we have a while to wait for my download. And it looks like it is picking up the audio, so I'm gonna bump that up just a little bit. Okay. AMVs are also kind of dope, and I think they're all just from the game right now. It's insane. These games always did look really, really good. Not good enough for me to get them though, because these are usually better when you play with people.
In the winds of the mountains high, under the vast and endless sky, echoes a call from the gods who reign. You're lost again. Don't you sacrifice, push further beyond what you
Always sends me back to the early 2000s. Love it.
you have created in your brain. So just listen and hope answers will resolve what you restrain. You must push beyond the pain.
Who's not on this track with you? This songwriter who had Joel Watson do your mastering. Ah, okay. Those that can't see that, it's the guitar solo is done by Ole Andrievski. They'll put out a whole 6-minute fucking song for the game. I I don't know if people can pick up, like, the amount of layering of instruments that's going on. Is this Oleg? No. No, yeah, it's gotta be. Bro, you're nutty. Your fingers are like animatronics for that. It's too quick, I needed more of it. Which means it's probably gonna hit like a much longer stride later. So I hope I can make a game that makes people want to make badass fucking music like this. This is still very relevant to gaming for me. I found a good tutorial for how to make cell shaders like that. Particularly like that. I've already known how to do those. Good old post-processing. Specific layering, too. This one is probably mostly editing done by the video editing. For the layered color range. But that can actually also be done in engine. I've been wanting to toy with it. Editing is so clean. Editor. Dark Raven. Excellent work. The lyrics all grab attention, but they're also legible, even though some of them can be a little extra flashy and like looking and expecting to be covered up with all that's going on. It's not. Song's a vibe and it's making me want to go to the gym. Like, the vibes, music can either make me want to go to the gym or make me, like, really, really introspective. There's almost no in between, and this is almost hitting an in between. And I'm vibing with it, because I'm not, like, absolutely raging and going to reach for my weights nearby. It's not driving me to that level. That's a Daddy Fat Snaps level of a reaction, but... God, that's sick! No, it's like punctuating the guitar with the drum. I love it. Let me run back what I said before, because now I want to fucking throw my weights up against the wall and say fuck my neighbors. I also kind of really want to pump the bass too.
The mountains high, under the vast and endless sky, echoes the fall from the gods who reign.
Why don't I have all notifications for Divide on? What is wrong with me? Fucking love artists. We're still doing our extraction, which is why we're still going with the video. I was gonna pause it and finish it up on my own later, but we've got a good long thing to wait for, so I'm not going to be doing any kind of lyrical breakdowns because those take way too long, especially breaking down everything between a chorus, the non-repetitive lines. Ooh! They move their voices in the back of the mix like that? I feel like if I had my headphones on, this would also have some slight panning effects. You just ease us out like that. My heart actually hurt for a second at that. Okay. That was good. That was amazing. I say good like it was just average. No, that was amazing, and I love that it's a 6-minute song. It's almost a 7-minute song. Yo, okay, yeah, no, I'm vibing with this at the gym later. Maybe not later today, but later at some point. This is that's instant playlists, so we can move back to. I just finished. Y'all saw it too. I wasn't bullshitting or anything. God damn, that's a lot of layers. A lot of layers. Let's get rid of build, because that is unneeded. But content. Content, muy importante. Because now I can go in here and get new player controller. I done goofed. We're going to copy that, and then we're going to go into turning on the music and turning it down. I'm no longer hyped. Turn that down by 4, turn mine down by more. Actually, it feels like you guys could use a little bit of a lower. There. I gotta be, it's crazy. I don't think it had to go that low before. Not the system backup. We want to go into, where do I have it? Active builds. We're gonna go into content, blueprints, replace the file in destination. Goodbye. My mistakes are now forgotten. Alright. Now I can turn off that port. Remove my backup drive. Move us back to the main window. Am I going to be streaming games or game development in the winter vacation? Or am I going to go somewhere, I'm going to go somewhere else in winter break? I'm not traveling this winter break. I've let my family and friends know that's, I don't have the, finance or functionality to really accommodate that this year. Prices have surged throughout the year, making things a lot more difficult to manage for me. And I intend to try being the operative word, to move to a much more affordable place come summer of next year, which is rapidly approaching. So, music was fire. A1. Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. I love to buy music. Yeah, so I'm not traveling. As for stream, I do want to continue streaming, whether it will be my own designs, such as continuing, like jumping back into Portal Pong and putting some new stuff in there, so that way I can get it ready to try and ship to Steam or something. And what more? I will also definitely be adding gaming streams back onto that, so that way I can, you know, go back to having fun playing things that are already made instead of stressing about trying to make things new. Even though it's still fun for me to try and come up with new concepts and run and do stuff like that. Let's check if our controller is now functioning. There we go, we got it back. And those guys are still reacting as intended. Cool. We undid our mistakes. So, we need to continue the Resident Evil playthroughs. That's something that has still been long on my promise list. And we would be starting up with Resident Evil 4. So that's the one that I wanted to try out doing on the Catwalk VR treadmill, and trying to play the VR version, because I have heard and seen that there are Catwalk VR owners that have played that game with the Catwalk VR. And hashtag not sponsored. And once I can kind of get that going, I will hopefully take up a greater interest in VR stuff again, because honestly, my headset has stayed uncharged off to the side right next to my Switch and right next to my Steam Deck, and there's just so many devices, so many things that I can possibly develop for, and me being like, yeah, let me think ahead, let me get all these devices so that way I can start developing for them as soon as I'm done with school. Not forgetting that they're just gonna sit there taking up space and eventually just kind of die from inactivity. Probably. So unfortunate. And without me actually actively having time to play in virtual reality, I haven't been able to even use the VR treadmill. I'm not in the collaborative class this semester. So frustrating. Hey, it's finally nighttime in our scene. But I do notice that our sprites are all using the masked unlit, so they're all going to have the same appearance no matter what. We can potentially do something to modify that. Zombie no get blasted? Why zombie no get blasted? Those are the right zombies too, right? Yeah, reborn zombies. Those are the good ones. So let's double check on our heavy attack and damage field. It is properly casting to the enemy template. It's doing that thing. Getting accurate location. Okay. So... oh, what's the problem? Wait a minute. Okay, so the impulse factor is set. Huh. Okay. Let's see what's happening when we're getting to this. Toggle that breakpoint and just kind of turn that on and see if, yeah, it's not going to, damn it. If set to none, will debug any object. You're not debugging them. Either that or it means that it's not hitting the launch character part. So let's check here. Okay. Therein is le problème. So let's go to next. I see. So you jumped down to false, even though what we struck was a child of the enemy template blueprint? Okay. Oh, the Monster Hunter Wilds beta. I did see that it was out. I don't know if it's just PS5 or not. But I'm gonna wait on that one. I've been kind of avoiding the content about Wilds because I am a Monster Hunter fan, and I have been playing Monster Hunter for several years, and I have played a good amount of them. And I am looking forward to Wilds, but I also kind of want to be surprised about all the areas. I initially started out with receiving information, and after like the second trailer came out, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start coming up with way too many theories, and I might start spoiling myself again, so I need to step back and just let them do their thing, and I'll vibe with it when it's fully released. But yeah, thank you for keeping me in mind about that, because Monster Hunter Wilds is definitely high up on my list of excitement and actual hype. Now I need to figure out why it's not reacting appropriately here. Oh, okay, so that's just a reaction to stage section. That's fine. Uh-huh, uh-huh. This technically should never have opened up. I don't care about this part. Can we get out of here? Please. No? Okay, fine. Can I close this now? Hey, yo, for real? Stop. Let's try it again. So first thing that hit, stage section. Cool. I don't want. Alright, next. This one is the zombie. Okay, this one's a zombie and it doesn't want to accept that identity. Okay. So, next up on the list, figure out why not. Let's see. Class. So we have get component by class, components by class, assets by class, don't need any of that, set target to move, nope, spawn actor, and get class. Alright, so that's why I got used get class. Now from here, what? Oh! There's a node for that. It's called class is child of. Yep. This should fix that. And technically, do I have anything in the regular damage field that uses class like that? I don't think I do. But we're going to double check it anyway. Nope. No specific class check. Yep. Good. So in theory, let's toggle that breakpoint off, toggle that breakpoint off, and see what happens when we break one off. Bye-bye! Oh, he definitely got the multi-hit. Okay. I might need to turn down the impulse force of that a bit. Let's set that to 200 instead of 2000. And let's try that again. And see how far you go. Damn! Not as far. Nice. Still a little oomph-ish. Also, I think our knights, our undead are receiving like an initial burst. Notice that? Like they kind of get an initial slow burst of like maybe I'd say 50 centimeters, and then they blow backwards the rest of the way. Interesting. No, I think this is a good, effective alternative for our previous undead. So, not going to get rid of him yet, but very close to doing so. Okay, I guess next could be either trying to get these guys to move or trying to make another one. So I think I'm going to make another one. Oh, hey, here's my effect sprites. I was wondering about all these. I definitely needed to... I told the homie that I was going to try and find some of these, and I was like, I know I got them somewhere. I also did go on a bit of a sprite spree trying to find more after I couldn't find any, so maybe those are them. Ugh. Destructibles, sprites, enemies. Ghost. So we have those regular sprites. Right, I was going to try and make a little more out of this. So, you know what that means? Photoshop. After finding the regular ghost. Let's see. Oh, ghosty. But wait, that's rapid game development. I don't want to look in that folder. It hurts. It hurts me. Destructible object sprites. That's the whiteout sprite. Konoichi. Here's the actual sprites folder. Alright, that's just a duplicate of my sprites folder. Where the hell did I put the ghost? Screw it. I'll generate a new ghost. For those that don't know how, you can right-click the texture in Unreal Engine, and you can go to Asset Actions, Export, and then you can export it as a PNG. Hooray! I'm going to toss it onto the desktop. And now we can go ahead and send to... Nope. Give access to... Nope. Open with... Yep. Hi. Back. Okay. So this is what it currently looks like. I don't know why this was the decision there. Really don't. What is the general size of these? .393 by 91. That is bizarre. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of... Oh, wait a minute. We need to attach a mask. So let's say... right here. Hue and saturation. Colorize. Now, first off, we'll do the white sprite. I really want to cut out that blue aura, honestly. and just have it just be these spell sprites. But we'll leave it for now. I'll just delete anything that I don't need out of it. Do I want it to be pure white, or did I want did I want to reduce that just a little bit? I feel like that is a good one because it still shows aspects of it. And we can export this as active build. Night Terrors, not in build. Whoopsies. Content. Sprites, enemies, ghost. Whiteout _ turn on dead. And this one is going to undergo a new change, A New Hope, for saturation. Ooh. Actually, I want that red tint, and then I want the full red one too. Yeah. And then full red. That's the danger zone. Export. Danger red. Yes. Yes, indeed. Not making any changes there. Goodbye. Excellent. Import. So we're going to grab that. And that. And that. And give them those sweet, delicious paper 2D. And then create sprites. Damn it. Delete those sprites. These need to be cut up. Where's that other one? There it is. Sprite actions. Extract sprites. Let's cancel that real quick. What was your dimensions? Huh? You tell me. Oh, you opened up the texture. That's not what I wanted. It's kind of what I wanted. Sprite. $49 by $45. Okay. I guess I'll trust myself. 49 by 45. God damn, I do trust myself. Look at that. That's why. God damn it. Dislike. But there are ways to fix. What I mean by that is we can go in here and look at these, which are obviously off-centered and wrong, and go to Edit Source Region. So the source region for this one, let's go ahead and shift. Come on. Let me do the thing. What the hell? What did it grab? What the hell is Sprite 16? Oh, is it these empty ass sprites? We're gonna look at sprites 9 through whatever that it just created. 6, 7, 8. We know that's the last one. So these other ones shouldn't even exist. The only place they're referenced is the undo history. Now let's see about this again. Because this should be editable. Render geometry, not that, not that, not that, not that. Shouldn't need to be changing any of that. Aha. This is one of the ones that I want to shift. There we go. Which should mean that I can bust over the other one as well. This one. Right around there, right? That looks and feels approximately correct. Do it for this one too. Move you over. I'd say 52. Now let's go to this one. Where it's starting out on the left is a little nuts. So we're gonna shift that source UV over. There. I think that's what I needed to do more than anything. We also kind of want to make that like, what, 46? Yeah. It's weird how it's, like, so jacked. A lot of the sprites that I got initially kind of were, so I guess it makes sense. But to this degree? And maybe I screwed it up by making those little micro adjustments to it. While I was still in, what do you call it, Photoshop. 46. Sure, grabs that last pixel. Same over here. And here. Also, I think this might need a -1. Ah, they won't let me. Understood. This one needs help. 6. Break that down, I guess. It's the best that we can offer it. these should all be actually now modified and cut up properly, right? Should appear that way. This one still feels like it's a little off. Because it is. Come on. That feels a bit better. Yeah. Okay. Let's save those. And create flipbook. Exploding skull. Because even though right now it's just the idle animation for that, it's we're gonna add some of the white frames. Want to autosave 4 items? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Hydration check. Let's go ahead and grab the other. Not that one. I think we already have the idle for that, right? We should. We don't. I must have gotten rid of it. This one's gonna need the annoying changes to it too, but it's fine. We know how to handle it. Grid, it was what, 46 by 49? Nope, it was 49 by 46. By 45. That's the one. We'll hit extract, and then we'll go through and delete unnecessaries. Because those should be part of other ones. And now let's just crank this one open and get started. Step 1, let's bring this source UV down. Bring that X value back in. 47. Nope. 50. 49. It's like 48.5 is the best bet, but I don't think that's going to be the spot for it, so we'll leave it there. Now this fine, this is not fine. You need to come down just a little bit. And if I set this to 1, you go up. Oh, no, you do go down appropriately. Giggity. That should mean that I can do the same to this one. Bring that down 1, but you also need to come right about like 2, maybe 3. Let's set you to 150. Need this one to source over a bit. $203 looks good. Bring that down 1 to catch that chin. Actually, I need to shift that back up because it's got a little more going on up top. So let's move this over to about 255. I mistyped. Let's say 253. 253 is good. And we'll drop the Y value here to a 46. For here, we'll set this to 303. Sweet. And this one should be probably 353. And bring it down just one. Nice. And that's how you can kind of do an in-engine edit of your sprites if it only needs to have things like that adjusted. Flipbook. We didn't need a whole flipbook for this. What am I talking about? That's just to be intercut. Honestly, it's the same with these, so let me go back to that exploding and get rid of that flipbook. Change it into something else. Yeah, exploding skull, be gone. Where's the red outline one? Oh, we still have to do it for that, too. Ah, that POS. Fine. One last time. For the culture. Grid, 49 by 45. Extract. And now, get rid of extraneous extras. Double click on any one of them to go to the edit source region, and now we can go back to our lovely little state of affairs. Actually, technically. Wrong thing. I'm going to attach this one here and see about pulling this one up too. Because I have a feeling that I can just Gorsh. Copy. Which one am I selected on? It's supposed to be here, right? Paste. That's right. We'll do it this way. 40 to 45. Might not do a copy paste over on each one. I think I'll actually just click in and change them as needed. So that's the second one. And it just needed 49 and 1. Next. I wish it stopped zooming out all the way. Number 3 has no changes, I don't think. 49, 45, 98, 98. Yeah, that's fine. 4, though. Definitely at least going to have a 1 added on there, right? And let's see what this says. 49 by 40. Oh, wait. Click over. 49 by 45, 150, and 1. 150. Yep. I can see that adjustment. .203. 203. And let's see if 49 by 45 is accurate. Yep. Next up, 253. 253. And 49 by 45. Nope, 49 by 46 is what we're after here. Yep, that was the 1 pixel for the chin. Gotta respect the Cincinnati folk. People with big chins. 303. Only adjustment to be made, supposedly. Yeah, looks like it. And last sprite here is going to be 353 and 1 for the source. 353 and 1. Let's see if we have an adjustment. 49 by 45. Nope. That's all good. I don't know if the red ones are along those lines as well. I might need to do a touch up here. That one's fine. This one is not. 49, 40 by 45. 49, 40, 45. Two. Let's see, 49, 1, 49. Okay. I don't think the third one was adjusted at all. That was just 98, 49, 45. Oh, this is actually very wrong. What is this? You needed 45. Let me go back to that third one. Pardon me. 98, 49, 45. There we go. Thought something looked wrong. Number 4. I actually love piano. I wish I'd learned. Wasn't where my interests lie, though. At least, not eventually. We want 150 and 1. And then we want 49 by 45. $203. $49, $45. It's when is this? Going up to 765. Number 5. $253, $49, $46. So close. $253, $49, and $46. At least I got the $49, $46 right on this one. And sprite 6. Intended to be set to 303, 49, 45. Looks like I guessed that one correctly. And this is going to be 353 and 1, which is already wrong. 53, 1, and then 49 by 45. Let's set that back. 45. Alright, now all of our red sprites are set up for a potentially exploding enemy! Hooray! It's going to be a hopefully good time. Do 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 do. We're gonna need the idol. We're gonna need the enemy as well. So step 1 is going to be to go to blueprints. Get rid of whatever that thing is. And let's make child blueprint. Reborn ghost. We're gonna add a background sprite to this one. Let's see, add paper sprite. Yep. That source sprite is going to be, let me type ghost. There we go. Narrowed that down, and bladam. That's why we have that. And it'll be at the same orientation as the sprite itself. And now we also have something that we can change up to go ahead and indicate when it's in aggro, when it's attacking, and stuff like that, because the aura around it will also change, besides the obvious color changes. I want to take a look at this from the right. Yeah. Wow, a whole 10 increment change? Jesus Christ. No. Tiny, tiny increment changes. Absolutely wild what they were just doing. So let's say that feels a bit better. Yeah, that feels better. Let's set this to 2 and 2. Doesn't feel as much of a better thing there. There we go. Now it does. And we can say the actual sprite for now. The ghost aura's draw order. I think I'm going to have it move back one. If they even have that option for me here, do they? I don't think they do. Where's render? Rendering, there we go. Overlay, blah, 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 blah. Nope. Nope. It's okay. I will work with it. No gravity. For the sprite, we're going to add in a basic ghost sprite for right now. Okay, so that ghost idol does exist. Where? Oh, it's right there in the folder. Did I make that? Did I do that? Glad it seems to be working for the most part. It's, up. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so let's see about setting this to negative 0.5. There we go. And for this sprite, let's see about the 2x2, and then setting this back to a Juan by Juan. Okay. All right. I like it. Thus far. Thus far. I am going to have to copy still a lot of the stuff from the template back in here so that way I can see it all again and make sure that I don't have to modify or change anything. We'll have to add sounds, which will just be like a basic explosion sound, and if I have like ethereal whispering noises, which I think I do have like spooky sounds already loaded in here, it's probably caused some of the bloating in the file size. But if they're in there, then that should definitely help. One moment. Alright, just wanted to check, make sure that nothing was vitally important on the phone. Get rid of that. Okay, let's work on creating an explosion. Start with this. And do create flipbook. Ghost explosion. Now for this, the jittering is actually intentional there. They're going back and forth like that because I wanted it to be a little volatile while it's actually doing its thing, you know? So this one is sprite 2. Let's go back to ghost. Where's the whiteout? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ghost, whiteout, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No, that's 4. That's 5. We'll also make 6 into one of them as well. Ghost, scroll down. There's 6. And 7 can be Danger Red 7. Probably even these guys. One of you. 4. Danger Red 4. And then I wonder. Create a flipbook out of this. Just call it Explosion. Okay, so it does have default materials and stuff there, but it doesn't give me the option to modify the color of the sprite there, which is fine. Because I can leave that sprite and then for the duration of it, change its color. So I'm going to have two options for that. One is flashing, one is just going to be a bright glow, glow change from the red color to the bright white, and then boom. Which, I mean, technically would be the all-white Ghost Explosion as well. Yeah. Let's get rid of that explosion and just do the all-white one. Fade Explosion. So one is Flashy Ghost Explosion, the other one is the Fade Explosion, which lets it just fade from red to white and boom. Red, white, and boom. We can also look at our attack sprites for some neato stuff for other things. Crap, I probably should have extracted them from other things, huh? Oh god, cancel, 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 cancel. Good god. Save everything. Whew. I got spooked for a second. Almost did an oopsie. We've got our reborn ghost here. We should be able to get that. Let's open up our template and get all of this. There's the parent begin play and tick that we can just kind of boop, gun, and you know what, even the overlap there. Nice. I'm going to take a little 5-minute break and eat a snack, rehydrate a little bit, use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Had myself a little snack. My water's good. Now let's take a look at this. So for now, we're going to disconnect that event tick. We need to change our defaults for these anims. I forgot to include a hit animator. Oop, whoop. A hit animation. So let's start with this. Ghost hit. And we're going to go ahead and add an element. Please stop. Also turn off looping so that it doesn't do that again. Ghost. And actually, slip that one between them and have this one be ghost reddish. Copy and paste. Copy, paste. Behold, getting hit as the ghost. Nice. That should be enough. So idle anim should have ghost idle right there. There's ghost hit. There's ghost idle. Ghost hit. Don't have a death animation yet. The attacking animation is going to be the explosion. So for now, we'll use Ghost Explosion. And I have an idea. Probably won't work. It might. It might. Damn it. Ghost dying. Ironic, ain't it? We'll have it do the hit thing, but fade throughout it. In code, obviously. Ghost. Do reddish first, and then we'll do the danger red. And we'll probably do this one a couple times. Go back to the beginning, please. That's why it is obviously the same. Okay. Let's do that and that. So what does it feel like now? And then it stays there and fades. Okay. Until it reaches dead. Just the aura is great. Love it. So, completely dead. Ghost dead. Death anim. Ghost dying. Max HP of 1 is actually not bad for them, but I think I'll make it 2. So that way they can actually have a reason to spawn more of those for funsies. Can't complain about enemies that self-destruct if they're so easy to kill. All you had to do was react quick, right? And by react quick, I mean they're not even going to be fast-moving until they see you. So, a reborn ghost has had their animations adjusted, so let's see how they react. Let's ditch... oh, that's right. My invisible wall. Is there a way to, like, click through that part? No, it's part of the prefab, that's right. Okay. So I have to basically work on this side of things. Let's grab... not the enemy template, but Reborn Ghost. Put it right there. Okay. Now, without me adding any actual attack to it, I don't know what exactly it's going to accomplish altogether. But it should try certain things before it breaks down. What's up, buddy? Oh, he turned around on me. Also, your sprite is not set to ignore my camera. Oh, yeah, buddy. Notice that right there? Once I'm in range of the, of its colliders, my shadow is jumping up to my torso. Is that something that happens with these guys too? Yeah, it is. Okay. Interesting. Also, he's flipped the wrong way, I realize. What is my enemy templates turning formula looking like again? Pick attack direction. Or adjust facing direction, rather. So, okay, so it is using our scaled values. Copy this, and we're going to go and say override What did we just copy up? Do you think you're close to finishing your assignment, or do they give you too much to do that you have to do it basically in a month from now? We're not allowed to proceed further without, you know, getting approval from the teacher, so that's why it's a slow week-to-week thing. To get us used to not jumping ahead and just assuming that we're doing the right thing. Right now, I need to have different types of enemies and bonus, pretty much, if I can have those different enemies also moving. Technically, he said he wanted a ranged. I'm making a ghost that will detonate for right now because I don't have the sprites for a ranged enemy just yet. At least I don't think. I need to really go through my stuff and or find an appropriate sprite. Adjust facing direction is what I wanted to override. We're gonna do this, but we're going to invert this because the sprite for the skull is naturally facing left, where most sprites are naturally facing right. I realize now that that was the crux of the issue. There it is. Now it stays facing the appropriate direction. Hey, nice. I didn't even test those things before. So, we've adjusted its facing direction stuff. Let's also make sure that we don't keep that open for this template, or else I might accidentally edit it, and we don't want that. What exactly do I have to have done for this like, ultimately, I think by the end of the project, we're supposed to have, like, a fully playable level that is engaging and fun, and, if you look up videos for, like, Streets of Rage, it's kind of, like, in that style. You just kind of play through a level, introduce different enemy types, have a big bad at the end, and then level complete kind of deal. And he said for sure that the level's going to have some form of, like, verticality leading to, like, different tiers of height. So that way there's some minor platforming that has to be dealt with. Ugh. Yep. So that's why these shadow walls here aren't a part of the actual setup. Those are only there to block in this test area for now, and then I'll actually build up an area, probably by swapping out some of the sprites too, and making an alternate set piece, so that way it looks like you're transitioning through an actual flow of a map. But the level design part can wait until after all of the actual functionality is done correctly. I think I want it also to be much higher up here. Maybe not that much higher. Let's take a look-see. Yeah, that looks good. And it's gone. Right, so those sprites that we added, both of them, are set to block. Custom. Alright, fine. Come here. Custom. Stop fucking with my camera. And you're block all dynamic? No, you need no collision. Jesus. We also gotta customize that, I think, probably. I love how I set it to no collision, and that equates to block for everything. No. I don't want you reacting to shit. Got it! I should have just done that. Okay. That's fine. That part, not so important, but now that that is done, they should no longer be causing issues. Let's find out. Camera. No camera issue? Nice. That's fine. What more? I'm not going to set up the explosion on it just yet, because that would require me picking out, making the explosion animation, and making that whole thing. I should focus on a ranged character, so there's going to be like half hour left to the stream soon, so I'm probably going to use that to try and find the appropriate sprites for the task at hand, because my game is going to have a lot of undead enemies. So there'd be no point in me having a living archer that is for some reason fighting on the side of the undead. And given that you can tell these guys are all undead creatures, I need to find sprites that match, you know? So we're going to see what I can do about that. And I feel like this little guy is as good as he's going to get without being an exploding enemy just yet. So let's go ahead and open up window here, and let's say we're going to start at itch.io. And perhaps Writer's Resource. Writer's Resource is also a good place to go for sprites. Ooh, Mega Man Sequel Wars. Undead Archer. See what we can find. Oh, an undead behemoth king. Yes, that would absolutely fit the motif. And y'all have no idea how much I love seeing Disgaea sprites just available. Oh, I love Disgaea. Ooh, undead knights. I need these. That one looks cool, but not in the right context for mine. That one's honestly not bad either. Let's see. That looks dope. Yeah. Now what, pray tell, is going on here? Why the hell does your sprite start in one direction and rotate itself? What? I do not want any of what you are selling. Oh, then it goes on to wolf enemies. No, that's not what I wanted. I think we can stick with these guys. There's the undead man that I got. I'm pretty sure I got the undead woman as well. Widowmaker. Miss Scoozy. Oh my. Oh, you're one of the realistic looking ones. No, thank you. I mean, let's take a look at some of these. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot more archers now. Vandal hearts. You look very living and fleshy. Not fleshy in the ways that we need. Dun, 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 doo, 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 doo. Doo, 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 doo. Doo, 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 doo. Get this pass. No. What are you? Oh my god. Not used is what you are. Now the fact that this looks like a little demoness. Yeah, I think I'll use this. Huh. Question though. I'm not sure how that sheet actually like looks. Nor do I know the dimensions because it looks like this doesn't exactly line up properly here, you know? I've seen that archer before. I've seen that archer before too. Haha. What is this? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see how we can work with this. I click the button, I get the pop-up. Thank you. We're gonna drop this into first into the combat design folder. Let's have a look-see. First at your properties. Tell me what you are. Details. 640 by 115. You're actually like orangish in the background. Gross. Photoshop. Bring it to the shop. So we're going to... What? Why aren't you letting me add a thing? Is there a pop-up somewhere that I'm not noticing? Why can't I have a goddamn... What? Something ain't right. Is it because it was indexed color? It was. So they probably had their own info or something strapped to it. Maybe the only advanced videos I could find is behind paywall, but I don't feel like spending 100 or 200 on videos that tell me the way to go. I don't have that type of money to spend on. I didn't buy the information or anything. This is just me figuring stuff out. And the way that I figured out how to do it, that's, you know, working the way that you see it, is to basically do it as 3D, but have all of the artwork and artistic stylings and general motions be 2D, but just with depth. So even though I have lanes that you can move 3-dimensionally in, it's still ultimately a stage that's going from left to right. It's still like 2-dimensional in that aspect, being it's just a side-scrolling 3D game with 2D art. Breaking it down like that, you've done 3D games. All you have to do is learn to use the paper 2D or paper ZD. And I'm not using paper ZD, by the way. This is all just using the paper sprites and the paper 2D that's built into the Unreal Engine. And just kind of struggling through. Totally honest. We're gonna duplicate this layer first. Get rid of that, that, and you know what? Deselect. Put a tolerance of about 5. We'll go through and do this. I just inverted the selection, copied it, and now we're going to hide both of the backgrounds, and this is what we're left with, which feels a little bit more manageable. We're going to set this to a tolerance of 2. Apparently that's still too much. We'll have to carefully make sure that we're not omitting any of the sprites that we want. Like those nice gray ones. Damn it. It's fine, actually. Oh my god, I might have to do this for all of them. I do not like it. There. Don't do this to me. I know I didn't get it perfect. Alright, cool. Just gonna do this and hope it understands. Okay, cool, it does. It gets me. I dislike how this is actually cramping my mouse hand. Which only is happening because mice have always kind of been a little small in my hand. Let's try that again. Grab this. Yes. Good. I can understand this a little more. We'll leave that one. Like, one of the things about me, Appman, is that I don't really have a lot of socializing. I live alone. Like, it's a very solitary existence in my life. So, what I do with my time is generally improve on my craft. That and watch a whole lot of One Piece YouTube videos. But beyond that, you know, been doing a whole lot of self-improvement and research on stuff whenever I'm between semesters. I just realized they cut off his foot in several of these. That does not work. What? I didn't peep that. It's not in any of them, right? Yep, it's not. They played me. We gotta go back and look for those again. $606. I think I have also. I know I have a 606 online. Yeah, rapid game development. Yeah, it's a nightmare. Every time he gives me feedback, I always wind up like responding to it, and we've gotten into this little back and forth as a natural habit where I try and explain the things that he brings up in his experience playthrough thing. And you know, a lot of the general advice given is that I need to like shrink my scale because I'm not reaching the goal for the submission. And he says that a large part of that is that I'm not doing like cookie cutter things, that I'm apparently one of the more creative people in the class, and I keep on trying to innovate and I keep coming up with cool ideas, but because I can't get them executed in time, they're basically bad ideas. He didn't say they were bad ideas, he just, like, that's what it's equating to in my head, because I need to dumb it down, essentially, to finish it off in time. Because the fact that I am trying to do somewhat innovative things means that there's not as much of a template out there for me to follow to do them. So it presents to me a personal challenge, but also is giving me this sort of an issue, right? Where I'm falling behind for the sake of creativity when I need to be working for a grade. A clockwork archer. Not bad, but green skeleton archer. Excuse me? Oh, yes. Assuming that's the idol. That looks like a strafe because it looks like it steps forwards and a jump back. The eyes fade on that one. That could be a getting hit animation. These two could alternate for a movement, I guess. Red skeleton archer. Ooh. I like your colors better. Keep you open on the side there. What was this one again? Yeah, we keep that. I need to see if I can find a more complete archer. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hold up. That's hilarious. The giblets is, it means that that's stuff that can fly out of it when you smack the crap out of it. And also probably what can be left of it afterwards. Oh, damn, it's not even showing it. Hey, that's weird. That's weird that it's not showing it. Interesting. Photoshop was just that domineering. It was, like, printed over everything. I'm so sorry. Y'all weren't even seeing the shit that I was, like, critiquing. So this is the one that I found that was decent. This is another one that's kind of okay. But I don't like the way they represented the arrow, like the bow completely like inverting itself and becoming backwards when they release it. It doesn't, a recurve bow does not suddenly turn itself into a different type of bow when you release the tension of the drawstring. That's not how that works. And it bugs me enough to actually deter me from using it. No. I also still haven't looked at itch.io here. We're not looking at sales, we're looking for free. Browse, game, development, not free games, but assets. Put the ass in assets. Price free. Free loops. Free music loop bundle. That's crazy. Explosions. That's crazy. 20,000 RPG icon. That actually is crazy. For free? Dungeon Remastered 3D Asset Pack. Why does it say 50% if you're pay 0 or more for this asset? Oh yeah, that's right, because these guys, they'd have like different tiers based on payment for some things. There's the free night that I'm gonna do my intro with, or that I was hoping to do the intro with. Let's see. We are in the free section. I might need to... Ooh! Nice. They all have anims, but not quite what I'm looking for. I know this would kind of help if I just change the idea to match it. Free UI hologram interface. It looks cool. It's distracting me, though. Space shooter assets. Already got a bunch of those. Although those aren't bad. Super Dialogue audio pack. Crazy. Classic 64 asset library. No, nope, nope, ignore. I'm looking for an archer of some sort. No, it's got a price tag on it. Let's see. If I just specify there, archery, yeah. Nope. I need to keep it on that archery tag and see what I can find. Without a price tag on it. There's no way. Okay. Okay. Doesn't seem like there's anything too wild attached to it for right now. Yeah. That's what I thought. So there's the free demo version, and then there's another one that you could possibly get. How much is it? Right there. For $5, you get the whole set of sprite sheets. So I'll look at what the demo has to offer, and then that would probably be a sprite thing that I get for a future project, but I can't use it for this one at all because of the fact that it is a paid one. Although this Arcane Archer and it's a one folder fits all. What about that? Let me open up that folder. Give it the old extraction. Minimize this and see about creating a folder for Archer. Let's take a look-see. Oh, there's their projectile. That one looks like it'll be alright right there. Ah, looks awkward. Drop the rest of that there, and let's go ahead and apply some settings. For this one, we can just go ahead and create a sprite. And for this, we need to extract sprites and try and grid this up right. So let's say 64 by 64. Good guess based off of a glance. Woo! Now I recall you wanted to be a programmer too to make your own engine, so what happened to that desire to get the second degree in gaming? That's only dependent on if a certain thing can happen with another benefits possibility through me being a disabled veteran. If I don't have that opportunity, then I don't go for the programming degree, and I have to do what I can with what I have. And it wasn't so much a desire to make my own engine, it was for a desire to further understand the engines that are available. If I needed to build my own engine, that would be kind of wild, and it would take a very, 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 very long time. But it would be something that I would do to have the ultimate modular thing perfect for the way I develop. But I could also just make, you know, plugins and stuff for the engines that already exist if I understand how to code better. So there's a lot of functionality that can come from understanding code, and if I can continue living in a way where I can just keep on getting smarter and learning more, so that way I can improve myself while not worrying about having to work to make the money I need to survive, then yeah, I'm going to take every opportunity like that. At that point, I don't even care if it would be programming. I'd go into audio engineering or something, anything, because the benefit of being able to go to school and not have to pay for it, first off, because it's being covered because of my service, and then to be paid for the fact that I am attending it in person, meaning that I'm incurring extra costs rather than just doing it online. So if those are the stipulations that I have to do, which means living here in San Francisco so that way I can be close enough to attend the school for my classes, was never so much a desire to get a second degree. It was... Actually, it would be a third degree, by the way. I already have an associate's degree in game development. But going for a third degree was never the goal. The goal is just to be able to make games that are not broken when they ship and that are not bound by the rules and laws of a CEO, of someone higher up that wants to nix creative ideas and get rid of things that make games memorable and favored out in this vast, very, very drowning ocean of video games that are available. In order to become memorable, you have to be something more than a cash grab. And I have never been one that has been money motivated. So that puts me in the position of wanting to do things for the sake of them being as good as I could possibly get them, versus this will make me a lot of money, I want to do this. It's never been about that for me. The stories that I encountered in video games growing up shaped my moralities. And that's not to say that, you know, the violent games made me a suddenly violent person and all that stuff. No, that's not what that is implying at all. What I mean to say is the memorable stories in the games that I have played, because if you just view a video game as entertainment, but you sit and read a fantasy novel and basically hallucinate while staring at slices of tree for hours on end, come on now. At least mine is physically available for everyone to look at. So it's really a matter of perspective. And I view video games as a form of interactive storytelling, interactive art. It is interactive movies, it's interactive stories. If that is the genre for it, if it's a game with a story, if it's just strictly something that is for entertainment value, like playing Snake or Tetris or anything like that, there's no inherent story tied to it, it's just strictly entertainment, sure. I also don't think that you need to monetize that to the point where you need to charge people every month for playing the game. Because that's not what the gaming industry started out as, and then they just started getting greedy. Turning out bad games. It used to be a miracle to find a game with like severe bugs in it, because they couldn't just patch it. They had to make sure that everything was right, and those standards lapsed incredibly once the industry really blew up and everything's just about getting things on a schedule of release so that way they can just put out a game versus making a really good game and releasing a quality experience. But that's enough of my rambling, I think, because we're pretty much at that time to conclude. So, we'll go to our end scene. And I hope that I can get a decent type of ranged attack going on this guy before I have to worry about movement. Getting my enemies moving is one of the things that I am dreading the most. But technically, here on stream today, we went over creating a base enemy class, even though it was all copied over from an already existing enemy that I had made. By copying it all over, I was going over what the pieces were doing, what the functions were doing, so we got that all set up in a way that the enemy template can now be used as a base template for all of our other enemies so far, whether it's being used right or not. And then we made a little alternative enemy with it, or rather we made 2 different enemies out of our newly made enemy template. And troubleshot some controller issues. Let's not forget that. So, all in all, I'll call that a good success. So, I want to go ahead and give thanks to those that joined and participated in the chat today, including but not limited to Jacob. That's right, your legal name, sir. And Adman. Thank you both. I appreciate y'all so much. I will be back on Sunday, and maybe I will be working on this, or I might be working on documentation for something else. I don't know. I have to see what's going on with my classes. But for right now, expect that we might be returning to this on Sunday. Alright. And all that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I will see y'all in the next one. Stay frosty.